Okay, we're back. So we're going to continue with our adding drums tutorial. We've put down a kick and a snare. We've laid our snare track and we've pitched it up somewhat to give it a nice pitchy sounding effect. And we have separated the kick and the snare onto two separate tracks. We need to add an 808 kick drum. We need to add some hi-hats. So let's listen to what we have so far.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day.
You know what? I think I'm going to go inside the kick drum track and move some notes around, do some editing. I think it sounds a little stiff. I think we could give it a little bit more swing. But in the meantime, let's do some housekeeping and let's label our tracks. This is now our kick track and this is our snare track. And we're going to highlight both tracks and go into the functions menu and select name track by region name. And that way our regions will also take on the names of kick and snare. So we're going to go into the snare track and we're going to, okay, we are seeing both the snare and the kick drum because we have both selected. So we're going to deselect and select just the kick alone. There we go. Now we're going to take a listen and see what changes we can make to give this some more swing.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day.
Okay, so let's just erase these first few bars of kick drum and keep the first one. And we're going to copy this along.
If you only
I'm going to drop another kick drum right there. Press play again.
If you only knew.
And we're going to add another kick right about here.
If you only knew that it's.
Add another one right here.
If you only knew that it's only you. If you only knew that it's only you that.
We're going to keep going like this. We're just feeling our way around the track.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about.
And we're going to copy this one here too. Let's try that.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day.
Let's shift that one back a bit and let's add another one.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day.
Move that. Copy there.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day. And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and write your name.
Okay, so I like these first two bars right here. And I think for the second half of it, we can make an edit towards the end of the bar. Let's erase these four. And let's grab those four and drag those across. And we're going to hear what this sounds like in a minute. Okay, right there should be good. Let's just play it from the middle of the bar.
And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and write your name.
Okay, let's grab this one and move them across just a little bit. Right about there.
And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and write your name.
Okay, let's listen from the top.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day. And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and write your name.
Okay, let me just listen to this middle section right here.
You that I think about each day. And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and write your name.
Okay, that sounds good. It has a bit more swing to it, not as stiff as it was before. We're going to have different ideas as we go along. Remember, this is a remix, so we're always going to be making tweaks and adding and subtracting until we get it feeling just about right. Now we're going to go and add our 808 kick drum. So we're going to create a new instrument, double click, and we're going to go and select the Ultrabeat drum synth. Okay, and so there we have Ultrabeat. Now I've done a lot of searching through this plugin, so you guys won't have to. So we're going to go to drum kits and we're going to scroll down until we find hip hop slide kit right there. So let's take a listen to this kit. So we got a nice 808 sound right there called Fat Kick. Now, I want to show you something neat about Ultrabeat. We're going to play a few more notes up the scale of the keyboard. If we go all the way to the last instrument slot at the top of Ultrabeat, it's called clav stab. You see it right here. Now, the cool thing is that even though we don't have any more slots in Ultrabeat, when we play the clav stab sound and continue to play up the keyboard, it continues to go up in pitch. So we're actually going to copy the fat kick and paste it into the clav stab slot. So now when we play it, we have an octave of pitched 808 sounding kick drums. Pretty cool, right? Now, the only thing we're not sure of is what the exact pitch is relative to our keyboard, because you know it's a sample that Ultrabeat has loaded and not a melodic instrument. So we're actually going to open an instance of another Logic instrument just so that we can get an idea of where our pitch lies. So we're going to choose New Software Instrument, double click, and we're going to go and get something simple, the EFM1. And just so that you can follow along and see where I'm playing on my keyboard, I'm also going to open the Show Musical Typing command, and we're going to select the keyboard. So when I press the keys, you'll be able to see where I'm playing. So that's C, and that's what the 808 sounds like at the C note. So we're going to go and make an adjustment of the pitch. If you see where I'm moving the pitch slider right here, might be kind of hard to hear on laptop speakers. So let's choose the higher octave so you can hear a little bit better. That's our EFM1 sound. Let's check which note we're playing. C4. So now we're in tune, and we can get rid of the musical typing keyboard and the EFM1 because we have our tuned 808 kick drum track. So we can delete the EFM1 and let's check out Ultrabeat. Okay, so now we're going to run the track and play our pitched 808 kick drum and see if we can find a nice bass line.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day. And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and write your name. Don't tell me it's impossible. Just tell me I can be with you. 'Cause you drive me crazy, so is it yes or maybe? Baby, tell me what you saying.
Okay, so I think we found something that works. We're going to keep it simple to a 2-note bass line, right here and right here. And we're going to get that happening inside of our arrangement. So we're going to close the instrument panel and we're going to copy the MIDI notes from the kick drum onto our pitched 808 track. Basically, we want to reinforce the groove that we've made with our kick drum. So we're going to copy the MIDI file into our new 808 kick drum track and we're going to rename it 808. And we're also going to do the same in the functions menu and select name region by track name. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Here we go. So we're going to go into the editor and see what note the copied kick drum is actually playing. Now we're still in the range on our Ultrabeat where every note is a different sound. So we want to move to our top range where our pitched 808 drum is. Here we go. So let's highlight these notes and drag them up. Okay, so that sounds good right about there. We're going to get a loop brace on and run this with the track and see what it sounds like when it plays along with the vocal and the rest of the drums. Here we go.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day. And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and...
Okay, but remember now we want to alternate between two different notes. So we're going to have to pitch the notes up and down. So let's find the notes we want to pitch.
If you only knew that it's only you that I...
Let's try these last 4 notes. And let's move them to a new pitch. Okay, so let's listen to that and see what we have.
You that I think about each day.
Sounds a bit flat. Let's move it up. Okay, that's a little better. Let's try that now.
You that I think about each day. And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and...
And let's do the same for these last few notes here at the end of this bar. Okay, let's check that out now.
If you only knew that it's only you that I think about each day. And when I'm in my room, all I seem to do is just sit and write your name. If you only knew that it's
Okay, so that sounds pretty good. We have our 808 kick drum in place. The levels are a bit off, but we're going to fix that as we go along. So we have our kick, we have our snare, and we have our 808 style kick drum track. Next, we're going to get our hi-hats going, and then we're going to do a rough drum balance so we can add more elements as we go along. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next segment.